Can anyone confirm that I am audible? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Today, the ISD paper, I have selected a paper that is 2025 July examination paper. With this, we will try to cover a certain area of the syllabus. I think you all have went through lessons and recordings, tutorials, study sources. Normally, first of all, let me explain what is the structure of paper. This paper structure is common AAT examinations, right? There are a few sections. Section A, that is known as not only MCQ, that is OTQ. This OTQ is that is covering 10 MCQs. Another 5 true false questions, right? Section 1. Then for these true false questions, you can obtain 5 marks. And for the MCQs, 20 marks, 2 marks per each, right? Then altogether 25 marks allocated to the section A. Section B, each question is that is specially aligned to specific lesson, right? 10 marks allocated for those 5 questions, then 50 marks. We have 75. The last question is a case study. This case study question, you have 25 marks. This case study question that covers the entire syllabus, right? That is not aligned for one single or 1 or 2 ones. You need the knowledge of entire syllabus, content, the curriculum to answer the section C, right? You have 3 hours and 15 minutes allocated for answering. Normally 15 minutes allocated for reading and 3 hours allocated for writing, right? First of all, you need thorough understanding about the paper, right? Don't be hurried to answer, right? We'll go one by one questions. Select the most correct answer for question 11 to 110. Write the number of selected answer in your answer booklet with the number assigned to the question. You said for the level 1 examination, you know what is the answer booklet, right? Of the following, select how technologies like fintech, big data helps organizations to enhance their competitiveness, right? Enhance their competitiveness. Then there are 2 main terms, technical terms, fintech and big data, right? What is fintech? What is big data? Fintech is, that is the buzzword of financial tech. That is the buzzword for financial technology, fintech, right? You know, now we are experiencing that modern technology in financial sector, especially in financial retailing, right? Online banking, ATMs, right? And EFT, electronic fund transferring, right? And online bill payments. There are many. Fintech, right? Financial technology. In your study text, we have explained fintech 1, 2, and 3. There are different eras of financial technology, right? Today, financial technology, practically, when many banks, they are maintaining a uh, electronic transaction zone, especially in cities, right? What they are offering? They are offering CDMs, cash deposit machines, automated teller machines, and kiosks. Kiosk normally that is you are working as same as the mobile app. You can insert your card. After that, that is personalized for your mobile banking app, right? Then you can do many transactions, cash deposits, and cash withdrawal. Other transaction you can do transferring funds from one account to another account, to one bank to another bank, payments of bills, right? Checking, right? That is fintech. Big data. Data is the concept. Many organizations, they are gathering large number of data, right? There are 5V concepts. Volume is high, variety is high, 4Vs, right? Velocity and the value is high. Those are 4Vs in big data, right? Normally data gathered in social media like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, they gather in, right? And online shops like Amazon, right? They have this big data. What they're doing, really, those eBay, Amazon, right, AliExpress, they are using this big data technology heavily. If you are shopping continuously in those platforms, these platforms are profiling you, right? How they profile your buying behavior, your payment ability, and your buying frequency, everything. By analyzing those, what they are doing is they are sending you target messages, right? If you have shop in Daras, they are doing that. Time to time, they are sending messages about. It seems most relevant for us. Why that? Sometimes you haven't you haven't purchased those, right? Sometimes maybe you have navigate, right? That is, for that we need big data. If you are shopping only one time, that is not big data. They can't do that. Another concept attached with big data, related with big data, is data. Data mining is normally mining is finding something in the deep interior of the earth, right? Maybe gem, gold. Those are very valuable. For this data mining also, they are trying to find something valuable in big data, right? That is the difference between big data and data mining. For data mining, big data is required factor, right? As an example, I will tell you one example. One world famous supermarket, right? They have observed there is a relationship between beer and diapers, Pampers. Why? Yes, they found it. There is a relationship in USA, especially in Fridays. People who are buying diapers or people who are buying beer, definitely they are buying diapers. Normally Friday, they are ready for their weekend outing. Then they are buying those diapers for children, beer for parents, right? Then there's a big demand for those things. Then what they are doing is they have made a small adjustment. The supermarket is Walmart, right? Small adjustment in their shop layout in the particular day. Keeping clothes who are buying diapers, they can easily see where is beer. Who are buying beer, they can see very easily where is diapers. See the value of it. They have made very small thing, right? Then we'll see what is the question. Of the following, select how technologies like fintech and big data helps organization to enhance their competitiveness by ignoring new technologies, by sticking to all old ways of doing things, by only focusing on financial transactions, by making faster decisions and offering better financial services. Ignoring new technologies. If they are going to ignore new technologies, then they are not supposed to tie up with big data or fintech. Sticking to old ways of doing things? No, this is new way. By only focusing on financial transactions, this is not only focus on financial transactions, right? That is identifying consumer behaviors and all, right? By making faster decisions and offering better financial services. By making faster decisions and offering better financial services, that is the correct answer, right? Select from the following how mobile computing devices support and strengthen the overall IT infrastructure of an organization. Mobile computing devices. These days we are using mobile computing devices, smartphones, tablets, right? Many, right? Then we have to, now there are different ways to, there are two ways of MCQs. For some MCQs, there is a correct answer, then we have to find whether it is there, right? Other way is, there is no clear answer. Select from the following how mobile computing devices support and strengthen the overall IT infrastructure of the organization. There are different ways of that mobile computing devices strengthening the IT infrastructure, right? Some we know, we can list down. Some maybe we don't know, that may be in the answer. Then for that, you have to read all answers and then you can select the answer. Question number 1, and question number 1, 2, both are in the same type of questions. Why? We have to read the all, the entire syllabus, the entire answer set has to capture the real correct answer, right? Limiting the ability of accessing organizations resource remotely. This is not, now these questions are very, very easy now. This is not normally happening in mobile computing. Mobile computing enables people with the device anywhere, anytime. They can access the information system. Then first answer we have to reject. By restricting access to certain organizations' applications. To mobile computing, we can't do that. By allowing employees to access organization systems and data from anywhere, improving flexibility and productivity. Only being used the personal communication. If you are providing mobile devices them to communicate personally, that never enhance the IT infrastructure in the organization. What is the correct answer? Yes. Just tell me what is the correct answer. Correct answer is answer 3. Right? Which one of the following is an example of m-commerce application? There are different ways of e-commerce. Electronic commerce. There are B2B, B2C, C2B, G2C. C2C is consumer to consumer. B2C is business to consumer. B2B is business to business. Right? G2C is government to citizen. And m-commerce is mobile commerce. Which one of the following is an example for m-commerce application? M-commerce, that is mobile commerce. Mobile banking, mobile marketing, mobile ticketing, all of others, all of above. Mobile banking, that is m-commerce. Mobile marketing that is also mobile commerce. Mobile ticketing also mobile commerce. Then all these are m-commerce applications. Consider the following factors: accessibility of data, safety and security of data, complexity of data, the size of data to be stored. Of the above, the factors to be selecting database: accessibility, safety, complexity, the size of data to be stored. Okay. We are not considering something called complexity of data, right? That is not very strong thing to consider. Accessibility, safety and security, the volume what we are expecting to be stored, right? Then we can say A, B and D are considerations. This is a repeated question actually. This has asked several times in previous examination papers. Which one of the following statement incorrect with reference to the data mining? Now you know what is data mining. I explained in the first question, right? Data mining. It is extracting information from large data sets. It is asking what is incorrect, right? I told you that is extracting valuable information from big data. Big data is data sets. It can be used for fraud detection. Yes, definitely we can do for fraud detection if there are big data, right? It's actually another case is in one bank, right? They have set up their financial transactions to display in 3 decimals, right? Normally we are considering 2 decimals. No, this is rupee or any other currency. Finally, after a long time, they detected a big loss, right? What was happened? That is a fraud. The 3rd decimal value that has loosened, that is a scam, right? Then definitely we can use this for fraud detection too, right? It cannot be used for large data sets. It cannot be used for large data sets. For data mining, the mandatory fact is large data set, big data. And that is incorrect. It helps to identify trends and patterns of data sets. Yeah? We can identify. That's why I told you those online commerce platforms like eBay or Amazon, they are identifying trends and patterns, right? That is correct answer. Then what is the incorrect answer is answer number 3. Which one of the following is not a factor to be considered for selecting IT infrastructure and information system? Which one of the following is not factor to be considered IT infrastructure? IT infrastructure may be storage, right? Maybe security, communication, and all data centers, right? Security, that is very important to consider the security. We are considering about reliability, right? What is the privacy? Privacy and security is two different concepts, right? If something happen, if pull for data, which we are storing, privacy is that what is the confirmation, what is the assurance that our data not leak to other parties? As an example, just think, do you know your mobile number, email address, where those are now? In which places? In which databases? We don't have that track. Right? Normally, we are entering those mobile numbers for OTPs. We are entering email addresses for OTPs and for verifications. Right? Now, to log in certain platform using common emails like Google, Facebook accounts. Now, the AI is that is popular in these days. ChatGPT, right? Gemini, maybe some other AI platforms like Ado, right? If you that is they have given login with Gmail as an example thing, and they are given another option: create your own, right? Create your own user account. Now, our own account is time consuming. Then we don't want to wait for that process. Then what we are doing is we are easily sign up with Google or Facebook account. Finally, that goes to another party, right? Like that, how many places you have given those? We don't know, right? Then privacy is that if those information leak to other parties, that is the privacy matter. Security is in natural disaster or any something else. If something happened to the data centers, our data, right? Security, support and development, definitely we are thinking. Non-functionality, well, this question is, I don't know, this is actually not a proper question. Even small children can answer, no? Non-functionality who are expecting, right? This is asking which one of the following is not a factor. Clearly, we can identify non-functionality is not a factor. We are considering others, no, security, support and development, cost and sustainability, the suitability. Yes, but non-functionality, no. If this is non-functional, why we are that type of infrastructure, right? Answer is third one. Nothing to explain there. An e-commerce company key performance indicator, KPIs, to understand the current status of the business. Which one of the following business analytics technique will be most useful for this purpose? E-commerce company want to track KPIs. KPIs, you have learned those in your management lesson. What is KPI? Key performance indicators. To understand the current status of the business. Which one of the following business analytics technique most useful for this purpose? For KPI analysis, right? KPI evaluation. There are different analytics: prescriptive, predictive, operational, descriptive. There is another type of analysis, diagnostic analysis, right? even though that is not listed here, I will explain, right? First, I'll explain diagnosis analytics, right? Diagnosis is analyzing the system or analyzing the data sets, right? And identifying what is the error or what is the fault, right? That is diagnostic analysis. If this is not listed here, if you want, you can write it, right? Diagnostic analysis is diagnosing the system or the company or the data set or the operation and what is wrong where. Same way what doctor is doing. He's doing different tests and he's diagnosing what is happening, right? Then that is diagnostic analysis. Descriptive analysis is providing more information, analyzing and providing information. This is what happening here, right? Not right. Normally, if you are considering log, right? Log. When we are analyzing, this is totally descriptive analysis, right? They are saying this user logged in this time, right? Access this particular module, this particular form, right? That is descriptive analysis. Predictive analysis is we can predict something. Now this is analyzing, we can say what is happening in future. That is prediction. If you are saying something, what is happening in future, that is prediction. This is known as predictive analysis, right? Descriptive, predictive, diagnostic, prescriptive analysis. We are analyzing and identifying the error, and we can also go through the predictive analysis and we are giving a solution. Just like doctor is diagnosing, he is given prescription, right? That is prescriptive analysis. And the operational analysis is what is happening in the operation that we can actually we can analyze what is the functionality. Operational analysis, right? For this KPI matter, that is very important, these descriptive analytics, right? Descriptive analytics are very important in the case of KPI, key performance indicators, right? We are getting more information about maybe employee, right? This is e-commerce company, right? They can get more information from their electronic commerce platform, right? Based on these descriptions, they can cater to their KPIs. KPIs mean, as an example thing, the downtime, failure of, what is the time of the failure of payment gateway? How many times they can analyze, fix that is minimizing. That to be minimized, right? And concurrent transaction take place within 1 minute. That is KPI to increase. Then this descriptive analytic is very important in this case. Amit Kasuni's former intimate friends created of Kasuni to impersonate the Harris. Answer is descriptive analysis. Last one. Right? Fake account profile. Kasuni is to impersonate the harass spreading rumors and lies that causes to her significant distress. Which one of the following is best describe this behavior of Amit? Right? They're asking what is this behavior? What is this? Malware, cyberbullying, phishing, hacking. Right? Just send me the message. What do you think? Is this malware or this is a cyberbullying or phishing or hacking? Creating a fake account. Nitya says answer 2. Yes, any other answers? Fatima says cyberbullying. Yes, this is cyberbullying. Creating fake account and publishing some other newses, right? Uploading some bad information. That is cyberbullying, right? Victims of cyberbullying are the higher rate of victims are, the higher percentage of victims are teenagers, girls, right? Malware, that is a certain kind of virus that is malfunction in the computer. Cyberbullying is bullying someone over the internet or the cyber space. Phishing is storing the information. Hacking is unauthorized access. Now, this Amit's behavior is cyberbullying, right? This has given in your study pack the social media, and I think that is the last chapter. No? I can't really remember. That may be the last chapter. 1.9. Which one of the following correctly defines the privacy for individuals? I told you what is privacy, what is security. The ability of companies to store as much users' data as needed for marketing purpose. That is not privacy. The ability of companies to store as much users' data as needed for marketing. This is not defines the information privacy, right? That is opposite. The right of government to monitor data for national security purposes. That is also not defining the data privacy. The right of individuals to control his or her own data and specify how those data are collected, used, and shared. They have that right. The permission given to software developers to access devices information for updates. What is the privacy? The privacy is number 3. The right of an individual to control his or her own data and specify how those data are collected, used, and shared. Right. We'll go ahead. Last one. Last one in last MCQ. Which one of the following is an example of an innovation attribute to disruptive technologies introduced in Sri Lankan market? Disruptive technologies. Disruptive technologies mean there is a big change in market in the technology context. And that is the right. It is not actually right. That gives another name, disruptive technology. Disruptive technology means one technology is arising by defeating all other available technologies. This is actually a big innovation. Face-to-face banking. No. Hardware devices like printers and scanners. This is not disruptive technology. This is very traditional technology. A productivity application like Microsoft Office 365. Office 365 is not Sri Lankan, that is using in Sri Lankan market, but we can't say that is disruptive since there are other platforms like that. Ride hailing apps like mobility solutions. That is disruptive. Right. Now pick me Sri Lankan market. And the correct answer is answer 4. Right. Another 5 questions to mark true or false. Voice over Internet Protocol, VoIP, can be used to handle employees within the organization. Yes. Normally, are connected to VPNs, virtual private networks. Even though they are not using virtual private networks, they are using some VoIP enabled applications. They can make calls, right, over the VoIP mean voice over internet protocol, right? IP, TCP/IP is a very popular protocol suite, right? Internet protocol is using to inter-network routing. That means communicate between networks. Then if you are making voice calls over this protocol, that is known as voice over IP, VoIP, right? If you are watching television channels over this IP, this is known as IPTV. In Sri Lanka, Dialog TV and Pure TV, those are IPTV systems. Commonly we known as IPTV, Pure TV, Dialog TV, those are brand names. All those are in the set of IPTV. Right? This is correct answer. Correct statement. Voice over Internet Protocol can be used to handle communication among employees within the organization. Yes. Internet over satellite, the commonly used speedy method of internet connectivity by individuals in Sri Lanka. Internet over satellites is one of the commonly used speedy method of internet connectivity by individuals in Sri Lanka. 112. Right? This is false. Right? Internet over satellites, that is Sri Lankan using those internet over satellites, direct satellite connections, we are not using. We are always using connectivities with some ISPs. TPS can process data as batch only transaction processing systems, right? Transaction processing systems process batch only. No, we can't say that, right? Batch processing is gathering data in certain period, right? Certain period we are gathering data and what we're doing and processing at once. As an example thing, yeah, some TPS systems are batch processing. Definitely those supposed to be batch systems. Example, think salary preparation. in organization preparing salary. This is definitely batch processing. Why? They are collecting data for 30 days or 31 days, that means within 1 month, and processing all data at once as a one batch. December month's attendance batch we are processing and we are preparing salaries. Right. That is a TPS. As an example, think another case is using the air ticketing company is using ticket reservation system. This is also transaction processing system. How it become batch processing? If that is batch processing, sometimes different air ticketing same seat for few customers, few passengers in the same day. In the trip. Why? This is batch processing. One they process, other center don't know that that particular seat of the flight has reserved. They are unaware, then they are booking. That's why this type of transaction processes are real time. Right? Those are known as online real-time systems. Then transaction processing systems are not to be, definitely not to be batch processing. That may be batch processing, or that may be online processing, or that may be real-time processing. Right? You purposes outside of the scope of the one's granted authority is considered as punishable offense under the Computer Crime Act. This is not a Computer Crime Act, right? That is actually theft. Then no one, this is actually, yeah, this is a crime. Computer crime. Then they can punish under Computer Crime Act, right? We have given around 5-6 acts. Definitely you have to expect one of to mark true or false or MCQs to mark that act, right? Computer Crime Act and Online Transaction Act and Right for Data, right? Right for Information Act, right? Prepare for those. Last, true for financial technologies reduce an organization's ability to make informal financial decisions by limiting access to real-time data and analytics. No. I told you in fintech, this never happens. Right? Financial technology reduces an organization's ability to make informal financial decisions by limiting access to real-time data. No, that never happened. Right? They can make non-decisions, informed decisions with fintech, right? Then 11 is 111 is true, 112 is false, 114 is true, 115 is false. Right. Then move to section B. Now actually we have spent around almost 1 hour to answer this, but you are not supposed to take that. I'm doing this, I'm answering with explaining, right? But you are not going to explain, then you have to mark the correct answer. Don't be hurry, but mark the correct answer. So you have to continue this, right? If you have any trouble, any problem, then you can ask me, right? Before the examination. I will share my mobile number end of the session. You can pick that from the group too. In today's digitized world, organizations heavily rely on information systems to manage data effectively, to make strategic decisions and maintain competitive edge. In today's digitized world, organizations heavily rely on information systems to manage data effectively, to make decisions and maintain a competitive edge. For this, data and information play a crucial role. Small case, mini case, that we can't say mini case study, that small statement has given. Mini case is your case study in the section number 7. You are required to two differences between data and information. Data and information. The first day, what is data, what is information? Data, information. Data is raw facts, information is processed. Right? You have to explain those. To get this 3 marks, right? You need to explain 2 differences. If you are list down, you are getting only 2 marks. For your explanation, you are getting extra 1 mark. Explain between data and information. Data is unorganized, right? This is disorganized, and information is organized, right? Why? Data not collected in specific order. Data is data is the result of day-to-day transactions, and they are not in particular order. But information, we are processing and generating information, then that is in particular order. That is easy to understand, right? And another, you can say data is primary, information is secondary. Data is become primary, that is generating first, right? That is generating first. Information they generating after that. Why? Information by processing data, then that is secondary. Data generated as a day-to-day transactions. And you can say data generated unintentionally, information generated intentionally. But we are not purposely generating data. What the company or the organization is doing, this organization or company, they are involved in their day-to-day transactions, right? They are involved with their day-to-day transactions. And as a result of this day-to-day transaction, that is generated automatically. That's why I said that is unintentional. But information we are preparing in purposely. That's why I said that is intentional, right? Intentionally. That means we are generating profit and loss account. We know what is the format. We are generating information in this particular format. Weekly sales report, we are generating purposely. This information, we are processing data, right? Explain by business process reengineering. Business process reengineering. So B, answer B. Question B. Explain 2 ways how ICT tools assist to analyze data to support information decision making in modern organization. Right? We are using different methods. Right? Explain 2 ways of ICT tools assist to analyze data to support informed decision making in modern organizations. Now we have discussed one tool in 2 questions actually. One is data mining. You can explain that. What is data mining? Retrieving data by analyzing big data, right? We can obtain patterns, trends, right? And we can talk some predictions by analyzing this big data. That technology is known as data mining, or we can say big data analysis. Another way is we can say business intelligence, BI. We are using certain BI tools, business intelligence tools, analyzing organization-wide data and summarize those into very simplified dashboard. We are using graphics too, right? We are using graphs, pie charts, bar charts, right? Scattered charts, and we are summarizing all those data, which is spread over the entire organizations, right? That is BI, big data analysis, BI tools, and enterprise resource planning, right? Enterprise resource planning is also organization-wide. It is covering large number of business operations. There are separate modules for each business operation: finance module, production module, HR module, right? Like that. Enterprise resource planning, ERP also very important tool, right? Actually, ERP, we can't say ICT tool. That is not just tool. That is really for business operations, right? If you want, there is a video of mine in YouTube. I have highlighted main 7 facts why ERP fails. I'm highlighting there. If this is allocated to only to IT department, if the main responsibility goes to IT department, that ERP fails. Definitely that fails, right? My final conclusion is, out of 100, only 20 to 15 ERP system implement success. Other 80 to 85% systems are failing due to they are making many mistakes when they are selecting ERP system, right? That is a separate story. Next question is, explain what is mean by business process reengineering, BPR. This is also related to enterprise software, right? We discussed this on the enterprise software, right? BPR, business process reengineering, and this in management too. BPR is a business practice time to time considering the way that are doing the business. What is our business operation? Is this the best practice in the world? Right? That is BPR. Not actually, that is not only observation. Then we have to make certain positive changes in the business operation. Positive changes to be done in the business operation. That is the business process re-engineering. Right? Definitely, when we are implementing an enterprise-wide system like ERP, definitely we have to adapt for BPRs. We have to do BPR, process reengineering. Now, normally we are comparing what is the way we are doing the business, what is the system, what is the business process introduced by system, ERP system. Then we can compare both and we can adapt with the best practice. The best practice coming with enterprise resource planning systems. Why? Those are global systems. Those systems are aligned with global standard like IFRS, right? If you are implementing ERP finance module, definitely they are adapting to IFRS, mean International Financial Reporting Standards. That is global standard for financial reporting. Many countries are adapting. Right? Okay. 10 marks, right? Next question. A growing logistic company, SwiftMove, is considering to upgrade its mobile devices and software for improvement of operational efficiency. Mobile devices and software for operational efficiency. SwiftMove is evaluating cloud storage option to fulfill the needs of its increasing data and select suitable for tracking shipments. That is their requirement. You are required to list 2 general purpose software and 2 application specific software that can be used SwiftMove. General purpose software. What are general purpose software? Most of the people, they are using, their purpose of using this particular software is most common. Right? They are using this for very common purposes. As an example, word processing, spreadsheets. Many people, they are using in different organizations, they are using Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access. Why? The purpose of this software is common, general. You can list down any. Specific software that can be used by SwiftMove. Application specific software, accounting software like QuickBooks, or specific for inventory management. Now think inventory management software, inventory management system. One company is using one system. If the same system they are using, maybe same ERP system, if they are using same thing, then that is different. They are doing many customizations to implement that. Right? As an example thing, one company is evaluating their inventories in weighted average cost. That means number of unit purchased, total cost divided by the number of unit purchased. They are getting average value, multiplying by the available inventory items, quantities, and they are getting average cost valuation. Some are using a system called FIFO, first in, first out. They are considering the first we have purchased that we are issuing first. Then last available batch remaining, what we have purchased very last, that remain in the stock. And there is some other methods. One is FIFO. FIFO. Many people, they are not talking about this method. FIFO. FIFO is, FEFO is first expired out. Sometimes we are purchasing good subject to some perishable goods. Those are expiring. There's a particular expire date, right? First batch is expired next month. Second batch is expiring before that. If you are going to file first in, first out, that is a problem in this organization. Most probably this is used in chemical industry. If you're buying chemicals, sometimes we are buying the second purchase order, we are placing to different supplier. The expiry date is very close. Then definitely we have to issue first expiry first. That is FIFO, first expired, first issue. Now see, some companies in fast food, definitely they have to go FIFO. Some hard items like hardware items, they can use average cost method. Right? If you are buying chemicals, that is go for FIFO, first expire, first out. Right? Then that is changing. Then inventory control systems, right? Inventory control software, accounting software, those are application specific for specific application. Explain two reasons Swiftmore wants to upgrade its mobile devices. Since this is logistic, right? They are heavily using vehicles. Sometimes they may have large fleet of trucks. Then they have to monitor this. Then definitely they have to use mobile applications, mobile enabled systems like GPS. GPS enabled devices are very important, right? Now that is very, very important. A company like logistic, right? Logistic company. They are in transport and storage, right? Other thing is they can real time track those, and other thing is the transparency, right? We can track, right? Logistic company track where is this vehicle now using GPS, and they can ensure that goods are received to the customer end on time, right? On time. And sometimes providing some information over the mobile, right? And for communication, they can use instant some systems like WhatsApp, right? And they can raise emails to mobile devices, right? They can get alerts, right? There are many ways you to explain. State two disadvantages of cloud computing. The first disadvantage is that is beyond the control. Once we transfer our data into the cloud, right? They are taking backups. We can't take backups. Another thing is we don't know what is the data privacy in cloud computing environment, right? We don't have control, and we have privacy matters, right? And maybe the higher cost, right? Normally they are saying as per use, if we are increasing our infrastructures, then the monthly cost most probably that will increase, right? And the reliable and quality internet connectivity without bottlenecks, that is very important for fast access to the cloud environment. These are disadvantages. You have only 2 marks, then you have to state only 2. Don't try to 3 answers. Even these are 2 reasons. You are writing 3, but third one neglects. Not the best one or more suitable answer. There is no such analysis, right? They will cut off the last statement, right? Difference between data-driven solutions, which is a consulting firm, helps organization to implement various information systems, including business intelligence and analytic platforms. This firm is currently in a large manufacturing company to integrate new information systems and to leverage data for strategic decision making. That is a data solution company. Explain the difference between data and business intelligence. Right? I explained the BI method. What is data analytics? Data analytics is data processing and finally getting for certain conclusions after the analytics, after the analysis. right? That is most suitable and those most valuable for managers. But business intelligence, that is specific tools like dashboards, right? That is summarizing and presenting data to understand very quickly, right? That is business intelligence. BI tools like dashboards, right? That is the difference between data analytics and BI. Identify 3 advantages of using Office Automation System, OAS. Office Automation System is not a particular system, that is a collection of digital applications, right? Normally, it is reducing human involvement, manual operation, reducing manual operations in the business operation, right? And that is speed up the process, right? And that is help to, right? Those are advantages of Office Automation System. Office Automation System is a collection of tools like word processing, spreadsheets, database applications, emails. All these are using OAS, right? State 4 benefits of Business Intelligence Program, BI program, right? Now we know what is the answer. But this is empower informed decision making. Empower informed decision making, right? More informations are summarized and presented in very attractive way, right? And that is providing competitive advantage, which other companies are not using, then we can gain the competitive advantage, right? And we can identify certain trends and patterns, right? These are benefits of BI, business intelligence. Question number 5. Social media continues to reshape communication and business landscapes. Organizations and individuals need to understand the opportunities, threats, and legal implications associated with the information systems. Simultaneously, the need for environmentally responsible computing has become more critical than so. This is catered to one single chapter study text. Identify 3 negative impacts of social media and social networks. One we discussed, cyberbullying. Cyberbullying, by in the cyberbullying maintaining fake accounts, publish fake news, right? Those are negative factors in social media, cyberbullying. And hacking, right? Unintentionally for us, some people, they are collecting some information. Some systems, they have given some questions to answer when you are reset the password or when you are logging into the system. What is your pet's name, right? What is your grade name, right? What is the city you are born? That type of questions. In this book, I have seen some are asking, right? What is the name of your Montessori teacher? What is the name of your one teacher, right? What is your pet's name? my pet name is this. We don't know. What we are doing is we are typing our real information there. Sometimes they can try with those questions, answers given by you, your password, right? Reputation losses with fake news. Sometimes I can make a fake Facebook page. The name is given to real business operating in the real world. Then I am post different fake news that reputation is losing, not mine or that company. Right? Those are negative impacts of social media. I explain the information security concepts. Integrity and availability. Integrity means ensuring of that data has certain qualities, right? Accuracy, right? And consistency, right? And those are we are confirming that is the integrity. Availability is guarantee. Integrity is ensuring, availability is guaranteeing that data is available anytime access under certain under security concerns, right? Then availability. That is the difference between integrity and availability. These things, 3 marks are given, right? Explain 2 factors influencing the data centers as well as desktop computers to adapt green computing. Green computing is the environmental friendly, eco-friendly computing practice. How they can adapt? First, we can adapt into 3R. 3R policies. 3R mean recycling, repairing, reusing. Right? If we are not going to throw these digital equipment, so just we are not going to dump to the environment, then we are adapting to the green computing. If we are not just dumping this, then we are sending those for recycling. That is green computing. And minimizing the electricity consumption. Using electricity means that is increasing the release of carbon. The carbon footprint is one KPI in organizations, right? Reduce utilization, carbon, the emission, right? Some servers are running continuously. Normally, we are not shutting down those. Those are running always, right? But if this is running 1 year continuously, what is happening? Can you imagine what is the effect to the environment to the carbon emission, right? That is another, right? And adapting to 3R, adapting recycling, right? And reducing the power utilization and right? Then that's why we are adapting to this green computing, right? Factors, it is asking, explain factors influences the data centers to adapt with green computing. If the carbon emission is very high, then adapt into the green computing. If waste, electronic waste, if that is very high, then green computing, right? If electricity consumption is very high, if the cooling requirement is very high, then we are adapting to the green technology, right? Green computing technology. Number 6. Innovate Lanka is a tech startup company focused on bring forth industrial revolution, Industry 4. Is technology, yes, industry technologies and fintech solutions in the Sri Lankan market. They are developing AI-driven applications and blockchain-based platforms to empower local businesses and individuals with emerging technologies. Explain 2 ways how the Sri Lankan business can gain competitive advantage by adapting emerging technologies such as AI-driven application developed by Innovate Lanka. Now we are using highly the AI-driven applications, right? Many people there now, as an example, those chatbots. Now those are AI-driven, right? Sometimes we feel that we are chatting with a real person. No, we are chatting with chatbot, right? Right. One is we can gain very easy to understand the AI can personalize people and they can easily find target market to the for marketing campaigns. And they are optimizing marketing campaigns use right data analytics. They are using data analytics, some predictions. You just try to use systems like Gemini. You will feel that very well, right? That is totally AI tool. Personalizing, right? And target advertising, we can use the target marketing campaigns. We can use for marketing campaigns and gain a competitive advantage, right? Since we are using this AI driven tools, then we can be few steps ahead comparing our competitors, right? AI driven information systems, those will help to make decisions and those will highly automate operation. Identify 4 advantages of using crowdfunding. Crowdfunding means gathering funds through online platforms. That is crowdfunding. No one person providing those money, right? Large number of people, they are contributed in small pot. That is crowdfunding, right? Now, first advantage we can list down as access through the financial sources worldwide, right? Worldwide. That is one advantage. Another thing is that is minimizing some guarantees, right? Some guarantees, they are not asking guarantees, right? There are different forms of funding. Some are award based, some are share based, right? And some are charity based. There are different things. Then we can select very convenient method of crowdfunding. Then those guarantees problem will solve. That is not like traditional banking, right? But we are paying interest and all. Some crowdfunding platforms are there. They are expecting interest, right? And this is also community enabled, right? Community enabled. Different people, they are using this. They are waiting to fund, right? And this is very cheap, no higher interest rates, right? There's a disadvantage factor too. Then we have to enclose our proposals and all for outside parties, even though they contributed to the capital or not, right? And other crowdfunding platforms, people, they are using to using for money laundering, right? Those are advantages of state two possible risks associated with the crowdfunding. I'll explain that, right? Using for money laundering, right? And there is no guarantee about the repayment, right? Those are disadvantages or risks related with this. When you are answering to the section C, carefully read the case study. Greenway, a growing organic food delivery organization in Sri Lanka, faces several challenges. After its rapid expansion, the delivery agent of the organization used mobile device for real-time order management and customer feedbacks. The increase in volume of orders require Greenway to consider cloud storage for better scalability and robust database to manage inventory and information efficiently. Greenway plans to enhance their marketing strategies by utilizing social media platforms to reach wide range of health conscious customers. Data and customers' privacy are critical concerns for business. Thus, implement strong security measures to protect sensitive data and comply with Sri Lankan legal regulations. Recent issues with inventory inconsistencies leading to stock shortages and delivery delays necessitate the use of business intelligence and analytic tools. Greenway intends to use real-time dashboard and predictive analysis to optimize inventory to improve operational efficiency and to make data-driven decisions. They also recognize the importance of adhering to local requirements, green to enhance customer satisfaction through loyalty programs, use data efficiently, and maintain a competitive edge in market and adapting emerging technologies and ensuring regulatory compliance. Clearly understand the mini case, right? That's save certain considerable time for this. If possible, half an hour, 45 minutes if you can. But you have to read this at least twice to understand. Right? Related with many. When you are reading the mini case, this is related with legal side. This is related with the first lesson, second lesson, many, right? List 4 mobile devices that can be used by Greenway. What are the mobile devices they can use? Very simply, you have to list down, right? They can use a smartphone, use tablets, right? They can use not, they can use PDS, personal digital assistants, also they can use laptops, right? Those you have to list down at least sharp. He is asking for mobile devices, you have to devise for. Identify four benefits that Greenway can gain by introducing communication software for all employees of the business. Again, introducing communication software. Right? What are those? Communication systems, they can implement a fast notification methods. As an example, think order level reach to the reorder level. Then alert goes to the stock office, right? Like that. And some reminders, right? This task is pending, this task is completed, right? Those notifications we can get. And this is centralizing information, right? All communications are centralized in one central place, right? Once the communication is very fast, they will increase the productivity, right? And this is enabling the collaboration among workers or staff members, right? Those are benefits. Explain 3 types of information systems other than office automation system that can be used by Greenway. Greenway can use many information systems. One is transaction processing system, right? TPS, MIS, DSS, EIS. They can use many transaction processing systems. They can use, right? That is collecting data, processing, and those available to communicate or transfer to other information systems, right? And we get the system using transaction processing systems. If you are using manual billing and invoicing, finally this is automated through transaction processing system. And MIS is very important for short and mid-term, right? Why? This is bit analytical than transaction processing system. Transaction processing systems are gathering and processing. A straightforward method. As an example, the transaction processing system, the financial accounting, that is transaction, capturing data, right? Yes, what is inward, what is outward, they will prepare their financial statements, that is financial account. But in the context of cost accounting or management accounting, just transaction, they can't depend on basic system. Cost accounting and accounting, that is not straightforward. Need certain analytical, then those goes to the MIS, right? That is using middle level managers, that means tactical managers. They are making tactical decisions based on MIS, right? And you can say supply chain management, SCM. Supply chain management we can use to track suppliers, keep the proper relationship with suppliers, right? And relationship management is very important to maintain the customer's end, organize upward and downward, right? Upward is suppliers, downward is upstream and downstream. Upstream is suppliers relationship, downstream is customer relationship, right? Then both CRM and SCM you can list as 2, right? And DSS, decision support systems, right? Decision support system manages to make decisions, but these decision support systems providing decisions, but these systems are supporting managers, right? These systems we can use and be expert systems, right? Some systems are expert in one particular domain, right? As an example, we can say CAD/CAM program, those are expert in drawings, engineering drawings, right? And executive information systems, we can make that, those are very helpful to make strategic decisions. Strategic decisions mean those decisions are affect the future, that decides the future direction of the organization, right? State 5 advantages of using e-commerce for Greenway. E-commerce, yes, 24/7 transactions, right? Anytime they can make transactions, customers can buy. Another thing is they can use big data analytics or the data mining, since they are gathering more information from their customers, right? And this avoid higher operational cost. This is reducing the operational cost, right? Why we are not supposed to use many people. Why many parts that is automated. If this is a showroom, then definitely we have to appoint showroom managers, right? And operational staffs, salespeople. But here, nothing. You are not connecting to any people. If you are buying something from online platforms like, right? This is reducing, and this is the reputation will increase. They can get advantage of the competitive advantage. Other thing is, if they are using e-commerce, they can supply goods and services to end customers in very lower price compared to other competitors using physical interference. Why? No intermediate, right? If this is physical store, see, manufacturer is manufacturing the product, is producing, keeping a margin and selling to wholesaler. Wholesaler is buying and keeping margin to selling to retailer. Retailer is keeping margin and selling to end customer. Finally, all these profits of these people supposed to bear the end customer. If this customer can buy directly from the manufacturer, then those intermediary profit margins we can reduce from the last price. Those are advantages. These are clearly explained in the study text. Identify two possible malicious information security threats that can attack to the information system Greenway, and explain 2 steps that can be to improve this security. This is related with the data security, information security list. Right? What are those? I explained in that MCQ. This is asking to list 4. Identify 2 possible threats and 2 possible steps. I explain you what is malware. Right? In addition to malware, there is spyware. Spyware is stealing information. Right? And DOS attacks. DOS attacks means denial of service attacks, right? That means this makes the system is unavailable, right? And scams mean the scammers are in between communications, right? And asking money finally, right? This is scam. That is another threat. And ransomware. Ransomware is another threat. They are coming to the system, hacking, or anyhow through a virus, or anyhow they are coming to the system. What is doing? Encrypting all files in the computer. Once encrypt, there is a code for this decryption. This customer don't know code. They can't open their working files. they're encrypting this and asking money for decryption, right? How we can avoid? We can run up-to-date virus guard. That to be up-to-date. Some people are there, virus guards. Cracking virus guard mean we are opening to another threat, right? And we have to go for software updates. Practically, some people, they are disabling live updates. Even in Windows, they are disabling live updates. What is this live update? Live update means most of live updates, run your live update once and see what are those updates. Out of this all up, which this Microsoft or that particular company is pushing to our system, right? Most of these are security patches. If it in, then we are open for, we are unsecure, right? As an example thing, Windows operating system introduces in this particular year, right? What is happening after that? This virus and other developing, they have to release certain patches to close these threats, close these. To avoid these threats, they are releasing certain patches. Then definitely we have to go for live. That is very important, right? And avoid using unsupported software. As an example, very recently, Microsoft officially announced they are not supporting Windows 10. If you are using still Windows 10, what is happening? No security patches. This is open for hacking or some other threats. Definitely you have to go for the next supported operating system, right? I have seen some people, some organizations, some retail shops, they are using Windows XP. That went end of life around Windows XP end of life around 2003. Still some people they are using, right? That is not to do. Running up-to-date virus, antivirus software, download and install latest updates, not using unsupported software, passwords. Other thing is password. You have to use strong password. Strong password means that not supposed that not to be easy to guess what is the password. Some people they are using Asela 92. Then easily they can. His birth year is 92. First part is the name. Those are very easy to guess. Some people they are using their birthday. That is also not advisable. Normally complex password, strong password you have to use. There is a certain length. With long password is very important, right? And using different characters, uppercase, lowercase, symbols, numbers, right? And some special characters like add, hash, tilde, brackets, curly brackets. Then no one can guess the password. But that to be easy to remember to you, password owner. If password owner forgets, then what is happening? That is a big problem. And periodical backups are very important. Short periods backup are very important in this case. Another thing is acknowledge the computer users about cyber crimes, cyber attacks, hacking. They should know, right? These are steps we can take to avoid this. You have to write only two. You have to explain only two. Identify two and explain two, right? Right, this is the end of lesson. Not end of life like Microsoft Windows 10. Right. Do you have anything to ask? anything to ask, then you can unmute your microphone and ask. Right, I told you that I am giving you my mobile number you to talk. I will send it to the I sent to everyone. If you have any clarifications, then